Hey everyone, I'm Army Gaming, welcome back to my channel and welcome to Monster Legends. Welcome to part 3 of the Wyrmlad Creative Birthday Monster event. So hopefully you've already seen the first part and the second part, so I don't have to repeat myself too much. But basically this is an event to celebrate Monster Legends 5th anniversary, and essentially it's a community event where we essentially get to design this monster, Wyrmlad. We get to pick his skills, his trait, his relics, we get to even pick what books he's going to be in. So socialpoint is doing a really great job at creating this birthday event. And also, another small plug here, it's also my birthday in June, so I created new merch. There's a link in the description, and for the whole month of June there's also a 10% discount, so make sure to check that out. With that being said, I am making videos from the socialpoint forums, and there's also a link in the description if you want to be a part of the forum and make your own Wyrmlad idea. But you can also do it on the official Discord page and the official Monster Legends Facebook page, which there's a link in the description to all of that fun stuff. But I really suggest you make a forum account and do it on the forum because it's a lot more organized here than what I've seen on Discord and Facebook. But without further ado, let's get into it, and we're starting things off with our pal Krampus. We've all seen Krampus comment on my YouTube videos all the time, so let's see what Krampus has in store. When Draco was rejected from joining the Alliance of Dragons, he swore vengeance. He wasn't able to get his vengeance by himself, however, so he called his friend Talonite to help. But even with the two of them, it wasn't enough. So Draco called his other friend, Wyrmlad. Now the 3 dragon hunters can defeat the Alliance of Dragons. Who is in this Alliance of Dragons? Am I in this Dragon Alliance? Am I part of this Krampus? What? I don't know. Alright, let's see. Type, he is special in light. Weakness is metal. Armor and essence relic. And let's see. Trait is Bullrock. Bringing back the VIP trait. I like that. Status caster. Double damage at the start of the battle for 2 turns. So he is a vicious, strong attacker. Power 3663, life 36654, speed 3475. And let's see. Skills group 0 plus special skill. Let's go to that special skill. The 3 dragon hunters gives all allies dragon hunter, deals massive light damage to all enemies, gives all allies double damage, and applies sunburn to all enemies. So I like that Krampus didn't make this too overpowered by giving all allies Dragon Hunter and double damage, because then that would be way too strong. But instead he does Dragon Hunter first, deals a massive light damage, so if there's any dragon monsters on the enemy team, they're pretty much dead. But after this you get yourself a nice double damage, and the enemies, whoever survives, gets hit with sunburn, and the damage here is 80 damage. Dragon Hater lasts for 2 turns, double damage lasts for 2 turns, and sunburn of course for 3. Moving on over to skills group 1, moderate light damage to an enemy, 50% chance of stun. We also have total blind to a single enemy monster, and we also have Dragon Hater to itself, increased accuracy to itself. And moving down to skills group 2, we have deals heavy light damage to single enemy monster, may stun, so single stun, removes all negative effects from your whole allies, your allies heal by 33%, and a 33% life shield. I like that. 33% heal and 33% shield. Moving on, we have deals low light damage to an enemy 3 times, so bam bam bam. Alright, moving on. Dragon Thrash deals very heavy light damage to a single enemy monster, applies total blind to everyone, and you nanovirus everyone too. Nanovirus, I personally believe, being more meta in the current game of Monster Legends. Alright, removes all positive effects from my enemies, that's what I've been waiting for, and you also remove negative effects from your allies, and your allies also get Dragon Hater. And then Trio of Dragon Hunters deals massive light damage to one enemy, I'm assuming to one enemy. Requires cooldown, 80 damage to turn cooldown, and onto the ranked up skills. Frozen Dragon Lance. Ooh, a freeze, is it? Deals very heavy, yeah, applies Mega Freeze to a single enemy monster. So you can disable. So you have stun and freeze right now. Ritual gives itself Dragon Hater, gives itself double damage, and an immediate extra turn. So here it is. This is a super powerful skill. Guaranteed to OTK any dragon monster, because you have triple damage and double damage. That's 6 times the damage, immediate extra turn. So even with the AoE skill, you'd be able to knock out that dragon monster. Fierce Dragons makes all enemies weak to thunder, fire, and lights. Ooh, nice. I'm getting some vibes of like, who's a monster that can do that? Not necessarily this, but yeah. What's the guy? He has like the toxic stuff. What is his name? He's a dark monster. Man, what do I always forget the names of these monsters during these videos? But you guys know who I'm talking about, right? Comment below if you know the name of the monster I'm talking about. Alright, you also give all allies damage boost, and you also deal light damage to all enemies. And then for your final skill, Dragon Hunter of Light, you remove positive effects from the enemies, which is definitely needed against Elvira. you apply positive effect block, which is definitely needed against Elvira, and you also deal insane light damage to an enemy monster. Nice, nice. 85 damage. So just to make sure you do, yeah, you do. It is AoE removal, but it is only damage to a single enemy monster. Definitely needed against Elvira, Dragon Hunter of Light. Very good skill. And again, not too overpowered from what I saw. He did have a freeze and a stun, but I think they were only single target. So overall, I like this a lot. Good job, Krampus. Alright, my idea is an attack with disabled trait and anticipation with disabled trait. So the way this reads is that you start the game off with your trait being disabled, which I don't think is what you want. And anyhow, let's see, 36, 34, life 41. So I think most of us are pretty much thinking that this monster should have an attack power of around 3600. Passive Celestial, immune to knockout and bleeding. So yeah, that's stun. Is it bleeding? I thought it was sunburn. And then you anticipation, sword and sword. Double sword. Oh, I think you're the first to recommend double sword relics. Awesome duck. I think this trait should be AoE Dragon Hater. Your whole team gets Dragon Hater and tough. 38,000, 3523, speed 3501, mask, essence, and sword or sword. Mask or essence and sword. Dragon Good Legions. Let's see. You come up with the names. AoE positive effect removal, applies guard down, applies sunburn, and damage. Another skill you name applies light weakness to enemies, damage boost, true vision, and positive effect block to itself. AoE trait disable, sunburn, and blind, and an extra turn. Positive effect removal and trait disable to enemy and remove negative effects from itself. Applies Dragon Hater. Is this one skill? Positive effect removal and trait disable and remove negative effects and Dragon Hater and double damage and 75. That's a lot. That's a lot. All right, let's see. Okay, we're gonna skip Spanish for now. Let's see. The Unchained. 3653, 40,000 almost. Actually, 39,400, 3449. Sword and armor relic, tough and Dragon Hater. Again, seeing that Dragon Hater. And let's see. Eons ago, a dragon known as Wyrmlad was born. Oh, interesting take on it. So Wyrmlad's actually a dragon. Living in great wealth and power, he and his family had nothing to fear in the dragon realm. But when tragedy struck, Wyrmlad and Dracontium were forced to battle to the death. Dracontium had cursed him into a half-human and sent him to the monster world. Now Ridnon seeks vengeance along with his mentor Dracor to burn Dracontium and his alliance to ashes. I like that one. Ultimate skill applies light weakness to all enemies, deals insane light damage, applies sunburn and total blind, deactivates cooldowns on itself. Very cool. Also very, very powerful because of that light weakness applying first. And then if the enemy monsters happen to survive, they have to suffer a sunburn and a total blind. Skills group 1, we have blocks all damage except light attacks for 1 turn. Right here, I will have my revenge. Is that so? Deals moderate light damage, 50% chance of total blind. Moderate light damage. You're weak applies damage boost, deals moderate light damage, special and light weakness to an enemy. Deals moderate low damage to all enemies, removes positive effects, 50% chance of sunburn, burn, ignite. Legendary Strike deals massive light damage, applies a 50% life shield. Masterwork Armor deals moderate spell damage to all enemies, applies total damage reduction to all targets, gives skill mirror to itself, deals moderate light damage to all enemies, applies evasion to itself for 1 turn, gains an extra turn. So extra turn skill right here. Ruler of Alliance deals massive special damage to target, applies light weakness. And let's see what else we have. Deactivates all cooldowns on self, applies double damage for 1 turn, blocks all damage except light for 1 turn. So you deactivate your cooldowns, you give yourself double damage, and you also will take no damage from light attacks. Okay, I see that. Here is no light. Deals moderate light damage to all enemies, applies total blind. Insane light damage applies ignite and sunburn. And here's my version on Wyrmlad. I hope he's on par with Meta Monster at the moment since he's Dracor's helper. I tried to make his skills similar and attack like himself, only better. Yeah, I definitely saw that. Yeah, definitely not overpowered or anything. Is he in the league with the current elite monsters? I don't know. You guys tell me. Let me know in the comments below. What do you guys think about Unchained's version of Wyrmlad? Let's keep going. This is in Spanish. Alright, here we have one. Stats, 3619. Given this is the same strength as his... Oh, is it? Cool. So that's a fun little fact. So it's the same as Dracor, and it's not too far off from what Gorg and Kane have, so it's on par. Life 35, less chunky than his comrades, but his strength stat makes up for it. Speed 3457, balanced, I agree with that. Stats, I decided to make them similar to most elite monsters. I mainly focus on giving him stats similar to Dracor, Kane, and Gorg specifically, since they are attackers. I did this because Soldier and Dunraw are both very tanky, therefore have lower stats. That is true. So tough and status caster Sunburn or Bleed. Trap and Essence. Okay. I'm off on making cooldowns and stamina cost. I am too. So I decided to leave them up to you guys. Cool. So just the skills, which is really what we want to see. So let's see. Ultimate is not here, so it's at the very end, I'm assuming. Yes, it is. Awesome. So let's see what we have. Light deals moderate light damage to an enemy, 50% chance of bleed. Dragon Hater to a single ally, moderate light damage, 50% chance of sunburn. Deals heavy special damage to an enemy, applies sunburn and bleed. Deals moderate light damage, 50% chance of applying bleed and sunburn. Deals heavy damage, times. Ooh, you are the first to introduce time stop. Stop dead in your tracks. So Timerion does have this, so it is within the conditions that Social Point gave for us. Alright, cool. Applies light weakness, bleed, heavy light damage. Let's see. Resurrects one ally with 75% life. Applies evasion to one ally. So he even has a revival skill. Removes negative effects from all allies. Applies 50% life shield. Let's see. Applies Dragon Hater, precision, and an immediate extra turn. Moderate light damage, sunburn, and bleed to all enemies. That could be very powerful. Light weakness to all enemies. Applies damage, boost to itself. Massive light damage. Fire weakness. Double stun, or apply stun twice, deals moderate fire damage to all enemies. So cool, very, yeah, I can see Drake or Sword. I can see where that came from. Damage boost, light weakness, 1000 spear jabs, powerful attack, and halt. Removes positive effects from all enemies, disables traits, applies time stop. Dang, there is no countering this. Like, what do you even do for an ultimate skill like halt? Their positive effects are gone, their trait disabled, and they can't do anything for that turn. Yikes, that is powerful. And let's see, this is the same comment, so let's scroll down. And ooh, we have more stuff here. Let's see. Celestial Dragon Hater, immune to light damage for 3 turns. Armor and mask. I love that you went the extra. Oh, submitted by Erin. In-game name Majora, very cool. Life 3900, power 3580, speed 3475. Warrior's Focus deals. I wish they were all like this. This is easy to read. Deals low special damage, 50% chance of blind. 50% chance of mega stun, applies 10% life shield to allies. Wait, light within heals allies by 25%, gives 15 stamina and a 10% life shield. That's new and unique and interesting. Revives one ally with 50% life and 100% stamina. Skills group 2 revival skill. Heals itself by 35, gives 35 stamina, applies 35% shield. Let's see, moderate light damage to enemies, daze and minor blind. Ooh, this is the first we've seen minor blind. Removes positive effects from one enemy, applies total damage reduction. Deals low light damage, applies light weakness. Applies regen to itself, applies true vision, and gives 1 extra turn so your next attack does not miss and you'll have enough stamina to use your next attack. Let's see tier 4. Removes positive effects from one enemy, deals moderate special damage to one enemy, applies blind and daze to all enemies. Removes negative effects from all allies, gives Dragon Hater to all allies. Removes positive effects from one enemy, disables trait, applies stun to an enemy, so that enemy is getting denied, and you even deal 70 damage. Removes positive effects from all enemies, disables traits on enemies, applies total blind and sunburn to all enemies. I've seen a lot of things similar to this. Remove positive effects from all enemies, deals insane light damage, applies photophobic shield, and protect positive effects to all allies, so you won't be able to remove it that easily. Very cool, very cool. Let us keep going. Immune to torture. Why is this so capped? Immune to torture and hardened. Status caster area sunburn. 3598, almost 36. Speed 3558. Very fast. Life 41. So very tanky, very strong, very fast. Let's see. Moderate light damage, 50% chance. Oh, this is because group 1. Heavy special damage, 50% chance of sunburn on enemies, 50% chance of blinding one enemy. Let me just read through them real quick. Deals insane special damage to one enemy. Heavy light, even it out. Applies evasion to itself. Deals low light damage to all enemies. Removes all positive effects from all enemies. Applies positive effect block to enemies. Wow, this does so much. Applies positive protect to itself. This is a really great skill. That's why it has a 5-turn cooldown. Rank 1. The definition of torture applies 3, not 1 or 2, but 3 random torture to all enemies. I don't think any monster has this skill. So I think this is what, made up? Applies 1 random torture to a random ally, gives 1 extra turn to that ally. Oh, this is interesting. So you're gonna torture, wait, is this part of it? So you apply 3 random torture to all enemies and 1 random torture to yourself. Whoa, this is a little too crazy. Perishin Flames applies bleed to all enemies, applies burn, applies damage reduction. Revengeful Resurrect. Ooh, I wonder what this does. Resurrect one ally with 100% life, 50% damage boost, and true vision, and an extra turn. So, super good revival skill. Calipium's Assist applies Mega Taunt to one ally, doubles the ally's max health, gives 50% damage block. Oh my goodness, that is incredible. Gives one extra turn to itself. Too good. Way too good. Rank 5 skill. So keep in mind, guys, monsters don't have a rank 5 skill, they only have a rank 4 skill. Catastrophic Nova deals very heavy spell damage to all enemies, applies Total Blind, applies Bleed, applies Sunburn, just a bunch of DLTs. And, so I know I made up many skills, but I give Soldier Point some ideas to choose for this monster. Use skills, you guys tell me if they're too powerful or too bad. I would say some of these are a little too bad. Wyrmlad was a fanatic in love with Elvira and decided to become the best of his guardians and succeeded. But when he saw that he preferred Barbell as an angel, even knowing that he was a demon, he felt a great hatred towards Elvira. I swear I would defeat Barbell and know who is the best angel. So here we're giving Wyrmlad the lore that he's actually an angel who was trying to grab Elvira's favor, but it went over to Barbell. Dodge area and celestial. Let's see, sword and armor, tier 4. I hate Elvira. Oh wow. Clean positive effects area and random torture. Yeah, definitely. This is a skill that fits the name. If you hate Elvira, you're gonna have clear evasion and apply torture effects. That's very fitting. Now let's see, 2 random torture effects, an extra churn, and 65 damage, very strong. AoE Mega Stun, very strong. Random positive effect to your team, very strong. Apply area weakness, area damage, first effect, then damage. 50% life heal, applies random positive effect to all allies. 50% damage, extra churn, lots of extra churn skills. Apply area weakness light, first damage, then effect, 0 cooldown. And random effect, divine punishment, 60 damage. Alright, I'm skipping Spanish real quick. Post getting some weird hits, it's just a lot of people join. Yes, I agree. This is good. More people should join. Join the forum. Post your idea on Wyrmlad. You have until Friday to post your idea. Let us keep going. Alright, this is just what? This is just a repeat. Scrolling down, armor and staff. Bulwark, yup, bringing back the VIP trait. And 1 random positive effect to all teammates. I like that. Speed 3542, power 3454. I kind of feel like these should be swapped. The speed and power. Life 38,000. I think that's fitting. Skills group 3 removes negative effects from allies, gives precision and extra churn. Applies immunity to control and immunity to torture. Really, really good skill right here. Removes negative effects from one ally, gives precision, double damage, heals by 50%. And on to skills group 4, remove all negative effects from ally team, remove all positive effects from enemy team, apply nanovirus. I like this a lot. This is something I'm looking forward to, and this is something I feel for sure 100% we're going to see within the next month or even this month. Removes negative effects from ally team, gives 100% shield and positive. So we're really going the support route on this one. Revives ally with 25% life, gives 2 random positive effects to that ally you revived, and 1 extra turn. I like this. This could be really good. Really good revival. Removes positive effects from enemies, disables trait from one enemy, applies sunburn and daze to all enemies. So yeah, not too overpowered from what I saw. Moving on, let's see. Wyrmlad is a semi-dragon that was raised by the same Elvira, but when I lost my mind, I thought it was forgotten and subtitled Barbell. Now he seeks revenge against Barbell for taking away the mother he always wanted. So trait is hardened and hates the underworld. Underworld hater. So an underworld killer instead of a dragon killer. And strength 3665, speed 34, life 441. So a little too tanky, I think. But let's see, potion and sword. So essence and sword. And let's see, I hate lightning, individual, or I hate not lightning, lighting. Lighting? I hate lighting. So 35 light damage, apply stun. Damage enhancer. That's damage boost, increased accuracy, and to yourself. Let's see, 50% bleed, 50% chance to stun all enemies. Here, let's go to skills group. Wait, skills group 2. Damage enhancer, precision, evasion, and protect positive effects. So no way to get rid of the evasion, or not that easily. Eliminates the enemy's positive effects. Deals 45 damage to an enemy, applies stun, and gives 1 extra turn to itself. Very good for skills group 2 skills. So I'm going to remove your positive effect. I'm going to deal some damage. I'm going to stun you, and I'm also giving myself an extra turn. Negative effects are eliminated. Double damage and precision and another extra turn. So now I'm gonna give myself double damage and attack someone else. And AoE stun to everyone. 70 damage. can knock out the enemy, can stun the enemy. Celestial Dragon Fury. Fury. It eliminates the negative effects and eliminates the positive effects on enemies, applies 120 damage to all enemies, and strikes all enemies. Very powerful. Individual of 7d light damage to an enemy where bleeding and activates cooldowns. 40 light damage, applies bleeding. Exquisite Revenge eliminates the positive effects, makes an individual of 55 damage to an enemy and applies stun. So this is basically a Gorg skill right here. Remove positive effects and I'm gonna stun. It eliminates the negative effects, applies double damage, precision, evasion, and extra turn. What the heck? Too powerful. Very powerful. But let us go on. Let's see. I think I had 3 extra turn skills there. We have, let's see, meet Wyrmlad, a Dragon Master. A Dragon Master Knight. Wyrmlad is a new elite monster who is very powerful against dragons. His skills include a heavy attacks with some debuffs. This is like the pop-up message that... Yeah, oh, cool! You even did the pop-up message. And I grazed over the power. Power 3498. Life 31,000. This is definitely on the lower end that what I've been seeing. Speed, he's pretty fast. 3520. Immune to stun. And he has Dragon Hater. And he starts the game off with a self-evasion. So just like a Wasper. Except he hates dragons and he can't be stunned. Alright, so this is cool. I like this. You even did the meat. And let's just go through the lore though. A long time ago, a little knight dreamed about dragons and their powers. He was everyday practice in his self-made battle arena for big fights. When he got older, he was a very good knight, but one day an alliance of dragons started to attack his land. It's always those dragons attacking lands. They destroyed everything around this knight. He was so weak that he couldn't resist dragons. At that day, little knight lost everything except his name. His name was Wyrmlad, and that day changed his life forever. Since that day, Wyrmlad has swear that he will cross the whole Monster Legends dimension and get revenge for his land. Wyrmlad was traveling and upgrading his abilities. When he was back on his land with his own hands, he rebuilt the whole land. He became a king. One night, a terrible terror named Dragons started to spread his anger. Dragons are back and they want to destroy everything. So now the dragons are getting revenge on Wyrmlad, but Wyrmlad was getting revenge on the dragons. It goes full circle, guys. In his castle, Wyrmlad was prepared for dragons. With his sword and stronger powers, he defeated dragons. Since he is the only one who defeated them, he became a dragon master. From that day, all dragons are controlled by Wyrmlad, a little knight who became a true dragon master. So Wyrmlad is the ultimate dragon controller. Power of Dragon Master, massive light damage, total blind to all enemies, and your whole team heals. And let's see. We have a lot of Daze, Blind, Sunburn. I've been seeing this a lot. Moderate light damage, Sunburn. So I think we all agree that this monster is someone that is going to be doing some sort of sunburning or blinding or dazing. Heals all allies by 30%, gains regen. Here is 50% chance of Daze, Blind, and Sunburn. Here it is again, puts to a single enemy. Let's see skills group 3. Deals moderate special damage, blind, AoE blind, sunburn and ignite, and 65 damage. Photophobic shield to all allies, removes negative effects from allies, all positive from enemies. So this is the one that kills Elvira. And skills group 4, heavy special damage to all enemies, total blind, sunburn. Removes negative effects from itself, heals all allies by 25%, applies legendary shield to all allies. Applies dragon hater, damage boost, extra turn to itself. And deals massive damage to an enemy, just a whopping 75 damage, 20 stamina cost on a 3 turn cooldown. Alright, and I think we're almost done. So let's see, Dragon Hater immune to control, or Dragon Hater and Status Caster immune to control. I think that could work. 3663, 38303, 3454. When Dracor wasn't accepted from the Dragon Alliance, he swore he would save his vengeance, and that he needed the best Dragon Slayer of Monster Legends, Wyrmlad. So let's see, moderate light damage, minor blind, and let's see. I'm kind of trying to breeze through them now just to see if there's anything new and unique that we've seen. Light weakness, 40, apply sunburn and blind, apply damage boost and increased accuracy, applies light weakness to all enemies, applies sunburn and blind to all enemies, so that's that super accuracy reduction, 70 damage, sunburn and bleed, so if the damage doesn't kill them, DOT will. Deals moderate special damage, 40 to all enemies, applies nightmare to all enemies, apply double damage precision and positive effects protection to itself. Heavy light damage to all enemies, applies sunburn and bleed, removes all positive effects from an enemy, applies massive metal damage. There we're seeing that metal damage again to one enemy. And ultimate slayers, removes all negative effects from allies, immune to control, immune to torture, and damage boost, but no damage. Very interesting that there was no actual damage in this skill, right? Removes negative effects, applies immune to control, torture. It is a really great skill in terms of a support skill, but not really an offensive skill set. I hope it didn't make him too OP. I don't think so. I don't think he's, yeah, based on what I read, I wouldn't say he's OP. Smiles MLA, let's see what you have. Let's start with this trait. How can we easily identify this monster so the story suggests stronger than Dracor in mere seconds? Tough and status caster immune to control, 35% less accuracy, and his team, oh, the whole entire team starts with immune to control. Very powerful. Stats are pretty straightforward since everyone wants him to be an attacker. Power 35, life 40. So these are above average stats. For relics, his part is actually a bit tricky, but I found the best to be armor and sword. So we're starting with skills group 4, so let's do that. Let's see what we have. Sunburn, burning daze to all enemies. 70 damage to a single enemy monster. Removes positive effects from a single enemy. Applies Dragon Hater and Precision to itself. Deals very heavy special damage to an enemy. Gift of the Elder Drake removes negative effects to all allies. Applies Dragon Hater and Immune to Control to all allies. Applies Protect Positive. So getting rid of that Immune to Control is going to be very difficult. Removes positive effects from all enemies. Deals heavy light damage to all enemies. Applies Sunburn and Total Blind. So this is like the anti-Elvira, except once again, even if you remove the evasion, you can't really Total Blind Elvira thanks to her trait. You can, however, apply the Sunburn. And you do deal, what is this? 50, wow, that's powerful. This is what I had in mind. I think this is definitely within the realm of what we can see in the game. We can expect something similar to this, I think. Let's keep going. Good job, good job. Let's scroll down. Ooh, that one's long. Category 4, 80 with clear positive effects and what is that? I don't know what that is. Is that like a mega stun? The individual category 3 is 65 blindness, 0 cooldown. So spammable 65 skill that blinds. 45 damage with heat stroke. I'm assuming that's sunburn or ignition. Double damage and protect positive effects. The flag and sword relics, so banner. The trait seems to me celestial. Yeah, I think celestial could fit. But it would be status caster block positive effects to enemies since the War Master of Light is changing the format of the game. So status caster that blocks positive effects. So will that take priority over Elvira's evasion, or will it be random? Because I think what's more fitting, instead of doing a trait like that, because that's a new trait. We haven't seen this trait. It's definitely an effect in the game, but not a trait. I think it's just more fitting to have a skill that removes positive effects. But yeah, let us keep going. What do we have here? 3553, 3498, 42. Very, very tanky. You're trying to make this monster more tanky than other tanks. Let's see. Trait, 50% less accuracy on applying negative effects. So, Bulwark. 50% less damage received from enemies. And immune to all kinds of blinds to your whole team. So basically, oh, whoops. Basically taking Elvira's trait. Oh, and we have more now. Cool. So yeah, basically immune to blind. That's Elvira. Let's see. Deals 90 light damage to an enemy, gives total blind and sunburn to enemy, 5 turn cooldown, 100% life shield, blinds all enemies, protects positive effects, so no getting rid of that shield that easily. Disable all enemies' traits, applies skill mirror. Yikes, that's powerful. Removes all positive effects from enemies, applies daze, sunburn, blind, and also applies nanovirus and shock. Ouch, the enemies really get it tough. Like, really badly. Alright, game changer. Let's see how you change this game with your build. 3509, 38906, 3454. You even added GPM. I think you are the first to do that. We should have made him 305. Alright, immune to torture effects, status caster, self-taunt. Very interesting. Self-taunt. So basically he's like a tank, but not really tank because it's just a status caster self-taunt. But overall he is immune to torture. Let's see. Wyrmlad is known throughout the Monsterlands as a draconian knight. When he had heard of several powerful dragons creating an alliance, Wyrmlad had seen a prophecy at the end of the monsters by the Alliance of Dragons. Fortunately, Dracor and Telene were powerful and also against dragons. Now the Monsterland's fate rests on 3 heroes, and they shall prove the prophecy false and defeat the Dragon Alliance. So default skills. Skills group 1, moderate light damage, damage reduction, 33% life shield, low special damage, gains life regen, moderate special damage, 33% life shield, deals heavy light damage and Dragon Hater, applies Dragon Hater and increased accuracy, 50% life shield and damage protection, deals very heavy special damage, gains Dragon Hater and 1 extra churn, moderate light damage, applies major damage reduction, skills group 4. So far, nothing too overpowered or anything, nothing too game changing. Deals heavy light damage to an enemy, removes negative effects from all allies, and gains positive effect protection, removes positive effects from all enemies too. And Elvira here. Heavy light damage, applies burn and stun, deals massive light damage, applies shock to all enemies, applies mega taunt. Ooh, so even giving him a Wyrmlad's war cry, giving him mega taunt, damage protection, blocks all damage except light. Ooh, that Mega Taunt and that blocking is powerful. And he even gets a damage protection on top of that. Overall, I would say it's pretty balanced in terms of what I saw. Definitely pretty balanced. Let's see. I think that because he is trying to figure out his identity, he learned skills from other best light. Ooh, I like that theory. So yeah, because he doesn't know who he is, he's kind of self-discovering. So we're taking the concept of, I'll learn from all the best light monsters in the game. So kind of like a Ragnarok. How cool would it be to have a monster with Cloud's turn transfer, Gakora's team evasion? I feel like it would be amazing. This would certainly make him a top tier monster and would make him worthy of elite monsters due to him having the best skills from some of the best light monsters. Starts are a tricky thing. He's clearly an attacker, but maybe he can reflect on who he learned the skills from, or he can just go with the attacker, slight tank that he is. I don't think he's even a denier, though the elite class could use some of them. Again, Gorga's an attacker that can deny also. Trade is another thing that you have to be clever with. He can be similar trait to other light monsters. Elvira could even be an option. That may be too much, or you can be creative and think of a cool original one, but those are some ideas. Hope it helped. Thank you very much for your comments. Thank you very much. Alright, and we've reached the last one. So this has 65 posts as of the time recording part 3. 1.1k views. That is a lot considering this post hasn't been out for too much. And so let's see what Combo God comes up with. Sorry, Wyrmlad was a soldier for Elvira until the War Masters called upon him and he accidentally followed them. When he came back, he found he had amnesia, forgetting who he was. Elvira cast him out. Oh, that's not very nice since he couldn't contribute to the army anymore. Now he's back trying to find his identity. 3745, higher than what I've seen. Power 34 and speed very slow. Very strong but very slow. Trait immune to torture. Status caster gives allies shield where only special damage can hit for one turn. Ultimate is Don't I Know You or Amnesia. Deals 55 damage. Wyrmlad removes positive effects from enemies and disables traits and applies possession, shock, and sunburn. I think that's a game-changing ultimate, 100%. You lose enemies lose positive effects. Their traits are gone, so you can possess, and so they're gonna waste time in attacking themselves. But they're also shocked and sunburned, so they lose HP. Yeah, that you get the ultimate, and enemy's pretty much dead. But yeah, guys, with that being said, that is officially all of the posts on the forum, at least as of right now when I finish recording this video. So let me know what you think. Let me know what has been your favorite skill set. Maybe you came up with your own skill set. What do you think is a good power based on everything I've read from everyone? Everyone has their own different opinion. What do you think is a good power stat for this monster? A good health stat? A good speed stat? Any comments you may have about this monster, please let me know in the comments below. Once again, if you want to create your own Wyrmlad idea, well, be sure to join the forum. You can also join Facebook or the Discord. There's a link in the description to everything. There's also a link to the description to my merch if you want to check it out. Once again, there is a 10% discount because it's not only Monster Legends' birthday, it's also my birthday in this month. And so with that said, once again, thank you to everyone who watched this video, and I will see you all next time.
Happy birthday!